Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Saturday morning of Season 2, Episode 30. My camera looks crooked, but I got a new tripod, so might have to tweak that a little bit. What's up, everyone? How's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. Let me get a couple of things set up here. Oh, me. Hope everybody's had a good week. It's been a little busy for us. Been a little busy, faux show. Alright, what's up? Got that going. That looks good. That looks good over there. That thing and this thing and that thing and that thing. And all the things look pretty good. What's up? Alright, I'm going to say hey to everybody real quick. Let's just double check this by going to here. And I know it's not... it's backwards, but... It's kind of an is what it is type thing, really. It's a little bit lighter. I just want to check it. You know, I didn't have time to go back on my video, my Saturday Morning Live, Season 29. I have not taken a chance to go back and watch it. I do know right at the end. That's just awful bright. Stop it. Why are you? Okay, stop that. Stop. Look at my hand. Okay, stop that. It's awful bright. But anyway, that's just what it is. Yes, we need to go back over to that thing. Hey, Google. What am I supposed to say here? Oh, hey, Google. Activate lock force. No. It had a little time cranking up this morning. Get up there. Why are you only on white? Okay, wait. Is that yellow? Yeah, that's yellow. Okay, we're good. We're good. What's up? Lock force assemble. Assemble. Checking out. Okay, let's turn that up a little bit. I'm gonna have to remember to turn that down. I don't know why that's why that's that way. Let's see, somewhere in there. Okay, that's good. You may have to turn your volume down a little bit, but yeah. All right. What's up? Let's go back over here. And we're going to say hey to everybody so that I can look and say hey to everybody. What's up? Can't go back too far, but I saw Rune and Night Owl. Wes, thanks for joining in this week. James Randall, going back as far as I can. Paul, what's up? Pete, no, yeah, that's right. Pete Woodfine, what's up, James? Ken _ Brown. Now, you might notice a common theme, and it's black, because if I wear like green or any of the other weird colors, it throws some of the cameras off since I'm using different things. So it's pretty much always going to be black. I mean, it's boring, but I guess until I get black with lock force written across the front, right? I guess I need that. I guess we got to do that sooner or later. LPP, what's up? We watched your live. Got to check out, I think I was checking out the last half of it, but that's because I was busy this morning. And yes, I'm gonna take a sip of my delicious Mississippi cold drip, mscolddrip.com, to get ready for today's festivities. We've got cloud cover today, so that's good. It's not too hot. Of course, I'm in the shop all day, so it doesn't really matter. And yesterday we had a lot of cloud cover, but before that it's been brutal. Okay, where were we? Steam Gadget, Ian, what's up? Hop Skippity, we're gonna tell Hop Skippity and somebody else. Brian, I didn't catch the last time. It was Brian. We've got a couple of Brians that just joined in with commenting, but yeah, we're gonna see. They say in that video, if y'all didn't see the video on the Lock Monkey tools, I need to shave and I need a haircut, right? That would work for the B160, and I didn't. I did an arm clean of my counter. It's clean now up here because I did an arm clean and sweeped it all into a box. So we got to go up there. We're going to talk about stock today, stocking, because it came up on Reddit, which I've had my fill I've had my fill of Reddit locksmithing again. It only took about 2 weeks of me being back over there. Okay, yeah, we're going back. Where were we? I just can't say hey to everybody. There's so many here, but everybody, hey. Nathan, Pocket Women, Steam Gadget, already said that. Brian Field, I think you may have been the one that mentioned that. P. Woodfine, welcome to Saturday Morning Live. Dusty Knuckles, what's up? I didn't mean that like welcome, like you've never been here, but I meant that as in welcome to this episode. Because none of us have ever been here, right? Rubber Band, what's up? Gumby, how's it going? Some locks going. Fog machine. We do need a fog machine up there. That'd be pretty awesome. I actually have a black light, but it's an old school, bought from Spencer's, if y'all know what a Spencer's is. A long time ago, and it's the fluorescent version, so it's not very bright. And I tried putting it up like over there, hoping that in this area we would have like a black light backlight. That's what I meant to say. And it just wasn't bright enough for daytime. Large bottle of Coca-Cola. Oh yeah, and like we're gonna go ahead and get the food out of the way because LPP was talking about grilling some stuff. Kim usually grills out if it's all right, like not raining. On the weekends, so last weekend we had ribs. We got her a bigger grill, charcoal grill, and you know, bigger grills are good and bad. She was using one of the round ones, you know, one of those kind of medium, I guess you could call it a medium-sized grill. And bigger grills are good and bad. They cook food differently for sure, and especially after you cook for one. So she's been kind of going back and forth between small grill and big grill. All right, you've got some ideas going. HKS for his channel. What are people more interested in? Tool videos of locksmith techniques and tricks. What are people more interested in? Tool videos. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I just don't know. They're interested in hot glue. That's of course, that's just Google searches coming up, but I've noticed my reviews do kind of get watched more. I don't know why. Yeah, until it's good for now. What's up, Dusty Knuckles? Mike in. What's up? I'm still way far back in the comments. Anthony Chris, what's up? Chris with a K. He's got a cool lock bypass. Don't be teaching people lock bypasses. You'll be one of those danged YouTubers that everybody talks bad about. Screw them YouTube locksmiths. Seymour is dead. If I had it loaded, I would put in the very sad soundtrack in the background. So just imagine right now that there's a sad music playing, and I'm so confused. I'm so confused when I switch cameras back and forth like this. There is one baby Seymour coming up that was coming up before they all died off, but all the adult Seymours died. We don't know. We thought he would love it up in the front window because every so often we have rashes of flies up in the front window, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it at all. So we waited too long. We had him in the wrong soil. Oh my God, we had him in the wrong soil, and we took him home to dry out. So I don't know. I don't know. Roast port loin. Port loin? I've never heard of port loin, I don't think. Unless that's just a misspelling. Unless you mean you put pork in the loin. I don't know. Hop Skippity already saw you. Okay, my comment skipped around, so we're just going to go down to the end. If I missed anybody, hopefully I'll catch you later. Gary Anvil, what's up? Murloc, what's up? Good day to you. Dark Arts Lockpicking, what's up? What's up, Dalp? How's it going? Hope you're doing well over there. It's early over in the Australian land right now, so thanks you and Pocket Women and And thanks for joining in. I know it's early or late, depending on how you look at it, but thanks for joining in with us over here in Mississippi. Seymour didn't like his mask. Okay, so Hop Skippity, speaking of, you got some stuff you're sending to a video on field testing. And we're going to try, we'll definitely try any kind of testing videos that get sent my way. I'm still looking for a flamethrower though, damn it. I need one. I gotta get one. I don't know, I gotta get one. That's all there is to it. You know, the plants do really well in our window. Burnsy mentioned, what's up? Hey, Burnsy. I don't think I've ever directly said hey to you before. So, hey. They do, you know, really, if you can, wait, no, go back. What are you doing? Why are you not? Okay, I'm pressing buttons now, y'all. Okay, turn this off, and then turn that on, and then turn that off. Yeah, over there in the front window, top, right there in the bottom corner where my van is. Aloe, not Aloe. Yeah, Aloe loves it. That's a big ass Aloe. And that's where we had Seymour, is right there on the ledge. And then right behind that box, that's the Leaning Tower of Grade 2. That's the Leaning Tower of Grade 2 locks right there. But some plants just really, really love it in the front window. And some don't. So, y'all, I'm confusing myself. What's up? Wait, where was I? I was about to say what's up to Murloc again, but I already said what's up, I think. What window? Window up there. Venus flytraps are native to South Carolina. Really? I didn't know that. I thought they were native to Venus. XL18 flamethrower. Pricey. See, that's the problem. They're all dang pricey. All dang pricey. I got caught up on comments and I may have missed some people, but if I did, sorry about that. Mike Zimba, what's up? Okay, I think I got everybody. I got most of everybody anyway. Most of everybody. So we're going to go ahead and switch back to this. And I'm going to stop flipping the camera around so much. Because we got a little bit of content that we're going to talk about before we go up front and check out what I want to talk about for stock. Because this came up on Reddit Locksmithing, I think. And they were asking, like, how much should you stock? You know, that's a very relative term. Now, I'm envious of places like where Rune is and Ian and all those guys where, for the most part, all they have to carry, now I may be totally wrong, I'm sure you carry a whole lot of stuff, but when you're having to go out in a service van type situation, but y'all mostly just have small cores that you switch out, but here it's not that way. It's, you have to have complete locks. Like if a lock is broken, you get called out to replace, you know, rekey doors, and you come across a broken knob. Like I did a video, but I'm not going to upload it because I didn't finish the video about Wiser, and we're gonna look at it when I go up there. But you know, there's antique brass, satin, nickel, brushed chrome, which is rare for residential, polished brass, antique brass. It's like 5 main colors. Then you multiply that by Schlage and Wiser keyways, or Schlage Wiser Quickset, or even if you want to do both, but I mainly do Wiser to do Quickset. But and I've talked about this probably in live before, but I am at the point right now where I had to empty my truck. Number one, because it's too hot to work in your truck, right? I'm not going to be working about it. I'm going to bring that shit in and organize it and go put it back. I need to kind of tend to it a little bit. So I figured, hey, we're going to talk about stock because it did come up. Anybody who's interested in that. But, you know, your results differ because, you know what, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to carry everything that I carry. I am, by nature, I tend to keep a lot of stuff. And then it just gets transferred to my truck. And, you know, I've always kind of wondered, you know, if you lighten up, if you take 300 pounds out of your truck, because I've easily got 300 pounds in here right now from my vehicle, and I could easily put 500 total back in of that 300. I could easily put the 300 back, and then another 200 pounds easily. But it's one of those things where, and of course, gas isn't so expensive now, but back when it was really expensive, and the extra wear and tear on your vehicle, is it worth? What is it? What do you carry? What is it worth weight wise versus like always having it? Because some of the stuff in my truck, honestly, I may not use for months at a time. So here I am driving around, 100, 200, 300 miles a day, depending on how sucky the day is. But that's weighing against getting to a job, getting through a job, and then having to come back to the shop or come back to point A, your warehouse, your house, wherever it may be, to get said product, go back. It just really disrupts your day, right? Like really can screw it up big time by throwing your schedule off, because sometimes your schedule is tight. So, but while we're up there, we're going to look at all the stuff that I pretty much carry. And I kind of go by like the rule of threes, kind of. I go by about 3. And let me catch up on the comments so I know what y'all are talking about. Nathan, Little Shop of Horrors. I hadn't watched that show in a long time. No more fingering Seymour on nose. So sad. Kim's upset about it. Big Clive. People have mentioned him. I need to go watch some of his videos, I guess. Harbor Freight flamethrower. No. That's one of those things you just don't buy from Harbor Freight. That Chinsky doesn't mind my videos, believe it or not. He's actually said good things about my channel, so I can't really say much about Chinsky. He is a little coarse, but and he does take it a little bit too extreme, but at this point, nothing on there surprises me. So I just on and off, just to see how things were, and they're pretty much the same. They're always going to be on that dang thing. 608, 609, and 716. No, 608. 608's an oddball. I just don't think I want to build a Harbor Freight flamethrower. LPP. Yeah, and that's not even mentioning the LPP said something about 40 pounds of tools. 7x14 cargo trailer. Ooh, you do bring all the toys to the ball game. One of our guys for a long time bought a long time ago. Another company here in Jackson owned a armored truck, and that's what they used for their service calls until they got broke from gas. Hey, Mr. Forbes, what's up? Saw an ad for Papa Lock on mine. Ugh. We don't really have them here. They were here, and then they came back, and I've got a history with that. I've got a history with that RR dude. Somewhat of one. I don't know if he remembers me or not, but yes, the ones I'll just say about that franchise is the ones that were here. One of them after Hurricane Katrina. We had a new clown come up here, and he was working out of his house, and he had like 2 or 3 cars, 2 or 3 guys living with him or something. I don't know. It was like a brother and son. And then every locksmith's going to say, "Oh, I've had to go behind and fix so many screw ups," and that's just the locksmith way. But we had some people. In fact, the person that was actually renting the house to them was even kind of weirded out. But they, I don't know, man. They were just. I don't want to say sketchy, but they were just. They were trying to be pretty sketchy. It seemed like. I don't know. I don't think they don't. I don't know if they. I don't think they have a listing. I don't go on Google searching much anymore, but because there are so many that pop up here and there, and there's one dude around here that worked at a gas station for a long time until he realized that I guess they could never get locksmiths over there, so he decided to become a locksmith, and he built up all his reviews on Google. I guess I don't know about offering discounts or whatever, and he was like one of the biggest ones that would go out, because I don't go out in the middle of the night, so I don't care about those guys anymore. I don't care. We don't do auto. We do commercial residential. We do a little bit of auto if I'm available in the daytime. But if they want to take all those calls, they can have them, because I don't want them. So it's just another aspect of life. As long as they don't start really screwing people over and overcharging ridiculous amounts like a true scammer would, I personally don't care. I only care once I hear of people starting getting scammed, which there has been a fair number of those too. So I don't want to pop a lock. I know. I've never pop a lock. It just sounds it's just so corny. But they did. They did establish that name. Now everybody, when I say everybody, any idiot that locks his keys in his car at 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever, just drunk, pop a lock, come pop my lock, and it's just like, ugh, whatever. And for a while, when we were doing automotive a lot, we were like, well, we don't pop locks, so we can come unlock your vehicle professionally for you, but we don't come pop your lock. And then we got over that, and once again, I don't care anymore. I don't care. More power to them. If they want to run around in the hood in Jackson at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's quite okay with me, because I'm not doing it anymore. It's privately franchised, yeah. They do what they want. They just pay for the name, really. The armored car for service calls. Yeah. It made sense, because that was kind of when Jackson was kind of starting to do this like all big cities kind of go through their down spirals, and that was kind of in the beginning of it. And I don't know why he bought it. I don't know why he bought an armored car for a service vehicle, but it only took him like 2 years, because that was back during like the late 90s. I remember that thing, 90, probably from like 97 to 2000 era, and I remember the guy that was here before was like, he talked to him. I never really talked to him much, but come to find out, they had to park it because it was too expensive to drive. This cut less than 100 keys. What you selling? Rubber band, a framing 2? Is that what you're selling? Only machine we're ever going to buy next is going to be a freaking Sidewinder, just to copy keys in shop. A 2D. Yeah, roadside gas and tire changes. Back in the day when we worked for AAA, that's either the beginning of a soliloquy or a sonnet or whatever you call that thing, or whatever. They back in that day when I worked for AAA, when we contracted for AAA, which during that time handled GM roadside and a handful of other little smaller things. See you, Zach. You don't want nothing to do with cars. It was very, very stressful. There's so much grief involved with that whole operation. So I spent many years, like, I can recall Christmas Eve night having to go to the airport because some asshole that had a AAA membership that worked for a rental agency decided to lock keys in cars and decided to wait until 11:45 Christmas Eve tonight to call AAA, and me having to go from like 30 miles away from, at that time I was like 30 miles away from the airport. And that kind of BS is just like, bro, just because you're working doesn't mean you need to get stupid and make other people come work. And then Katrina came along, and our station was out of New Orleans. They shifted it up to St. Louis, and instead of us getting all the calls, they were dispatching lockout calls because we were supposed to be the primary for lockout. They started dispatching it to tow truck companies. Our calls cut from 11 to 12 a day on average to like 1 or 2 every other day. And we were like, no. I was like, at that time, because I had taken over the contract from the previous guy that was here. And I was just like, no, bro, that ain't how it works. We're charging you this cheap ass price, which wasn't bad. It was like, even back then, it was like $32 a call. And then you would get mileage over 10 miles, but from the shop. So that was the thing. It was from the shop, 10 miles out. If I was living at my house 20 miles that way from the shop, and I got a call 30 miles that way from the shop, you could only start counting the mileage, basically rough guess it, 10 miles. We had kind of a ring that we went by. Yeah, and you're driving 100 miles total, and I was like, screw it. Got tired of it. And where was I? Oh, let's go ahead and go over the content. Some things that I did do this week, non-automotive, was this. If you're not on Twitter, we'll go ahead and go run these pictures through. My CPU just boosted up a little bit, so hopefully we won't drag. Let me go ahead and jump over to this so that I can monitor myself. Okay, yep, there we go. All right, it's still looking good. Look at that old guy. I've got that old guy's guts right here. What's up, Kilo? So that guy is a Yale. And as you can see, that hole in it, it's missing its thumb turn because it broke, which I have in my hand right here. So that went like boop, she's thumb turn. See, it went boop, right, boop, like right in that hole. And it has this very, very short tailpiece with this hole in it. All right. So my project basically right now is to get that stupid thing out, and there is no pin that I can see at all around the circumference of this that would be holding that in. Even looking really closely at it to see if there might be, how old padlocks, brass padlocks, had you could barely see the pin. I have looked and looked, and I don't think there is a pin in there. I think it was put in there and then like somehow smushed without. I don't know how they would have smushed it, but it's not coming out very easy. So I'm probably gonna have to drill it out, and it's not gonna be fun. But this is what it looks like when you take it off the door. Look at that dang mortise cylinder. If you boil the thumb turn, the hidden pin will, there's no hidden pin. I don't think there's a pin in there. I don't see one. Well, you know what? Maybe Now that would be the stupidest thing ever. No, that's just dirt. That's just dirt. I don't know. I'm going to clean it real well just to see beforehand. But it's a nice, it's got to be friction fit. And that is the inside of that. We'll go ahead and make this bigger, just to see what broke and how it's held in there. And luckily, y'all know I didn't get one out. Would you go bigger? Thank you. Does that look familiar to y'all? Those of you who saw the video on the antique one that I just did? That is the same mechanism that we just had a video on. Held in both sides with the screw. And there's your into your tailpiece with the little cotter pin. So the problem that we have right now is, yes, it would be very easy to just switch it out, because I do have this thumb turn, which isn't quite as big. Now this is bent. It's bent, if you can see how bent it is there. And that's because the doors are not locking well. Now I have the square. Only problem that I see immediately without being at the lock, because the lock obviously had to go on the door. See our depth difference? That may not be very good. Which is why I'm thinking I'm gonna have to drill this out. Let's see. I don't want to do that. There it is, the back of the mortise cylinder, because it is just a mortise cylinder, which is really, really weird to see how that was. Like, I see a lot of antique stuff, and I work on a lot of antique stuff, but I hadn't seen that guy before. I guess I can't say that I hadn't seen it before now, because now I've seen it, right? And I have to fix it. Ow. And the reason why is because it's a double stupid one, and double, and you can see, you can actually look at that picture. Can you tell why it's not working? I bet you can. Can you tell me why it's hard to lock? Yeah. And the hinges and the door is actually, yeah, Yazoo clay. Thank you, Wes. That's it. This is just Yazoo clay. They're big ass double doors, and one of them's off, but the hinges are tight. The hinges look not bent or saggy. I'm not a door person. I can't stand working on doors. I've tried. I just can't do it. So, and the molding on the door goes right to that. So for me to adjust it, like I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to adjust the inactive side this way, or maybe I have to kind of do the inactive side because of the dang mortise cylinder, right? Like there's no give. There's a little bit of give. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna adjust the inactive side or if I'm gonna adjust the active side. But one of the two sides needs to be adjusted, because that's one of the thumb turn broke, because they wouldn't lock very easily. So that is my task for next week at some point. Whee! Yay, Jason. Bigger hammer. Shim the inactive bottom hinge up. You know, I did buy some professional hinge shims. Bottom hinge on the inactive door to make it kick it up, and yeah, I don't know. I didn't look at the bottom. They usually sometimes, if these are big ass doors, remember, like 2-inch thick too. And I don't recall, and that picture really doesn't show us because it's not head on. Like from the bottom of it, like here, down, I can't recall how close it was. So when you do start shimming hinges and crap, sometimes it doesn't like that either. Expand the hole in the strike, except for the strike is literally another irreplaceable, if replaceable, it would be a $2,000 lock, but it's still irreplaceable because of how they are. So there's no going back from that. Yeah, somebody does need to polish those locks too, big time. Residential hinge doctor. I've got the commercial one. I've never bought the residential one, but it does have commercial hinges. I might add, I could use my commercial one. But you know, using the hinge doctor like a commercial one, even it's sometimes, you know, there's no going back. There is a little going back from it, but like there's no going back from it. It's just touchy. It's just really touchy. When you have Yazoo clay, which is what we have here, what Wes mentioned, you know, the ground bounces around. Those doors could be perfectly fine in a week and a half after it rains. So, I don't know. I just sit there and look at it. Kick it. Beat it with a hammer, right? Can't stand the smell of Brasso. That needs a little bit more than Brasso. I have a product called Howard Refinisher. That would be much better for that, but it would strip it down like quick. Other things that I worked on Monday, I did this. Let's see if y'all can follow along here. Number 1, we have a door. Number 2, we have the bottom of a door underneath the handle set because the customer wanted it as far down as possible. Number 3, we have a adjustable spade bit because Jason did not want to spend $25 at my local hardware store. Sorry about that, but I didn't want to do it. And I didn't have time to go to the big box store to spend $18 on the same item. A Forstner bit. And I found this guy, and it was wildly dangerous because of that point. But you live in life on the edge. It's a single-sided deadbolt, so you can't break through to the outside. Can't break through to the outside, and that's me. Like number 4 is a cool bit doing it, and I don't know what I was going to use this for. I did this. I was gonna maybe do it on Twitter, but I don't know. Did I put it on Twitter? I can't remember. 5 is it drilling, 6 is it stopping, 7. You know, on those, in hindsight, I hadn't put one of those on in a while. They're a pain in the ass to do. I should have drilled the 1-inch hole first because you've got half a hole and the bit kind of wants to like wink off. You know, some people do their 1-inch hole when they're post in the comments. Do you drill for a standard deadbolt? Do you drill your 1-inch hole first, or do you drill your 2 1/8-inch hole first? I want to hear from you right now. Post in the comments when you put a deadbolt on a door. If you've ever put a deadbolt on a door, do you prefer? What's your standard method? What's your standard go-to? 1-inch first or 2 1/8-inch first? So yeah, on that one I should have done the 1-inch first. My preferred method, Jason types, is wait, I can actually type, can't I? 2 1/8-inch first. Gotta add mine in there. But for that, 1-inch first. Just to note. And number 8 was putting the little latch thing in the hole. Number 9 was dealing with the cracked ass paint. I hate cracked ass paint. You know, that's like 5 layers of paint. The top one's all like crack. As soon as you hit it with your brand new sharpened chisel, and it just still cracks. Even when you score it with a razor knife, it cracks. Cracky. But luckily the door was supposed to be painted. There was actually brush strokes on the outside of the door where they painted the frame, and it just hit the door. So I was totally unconcerned about that. Number 10 is putting the little a little plate on the inside. Number 11 is putting the thumb turn in. And number 12, which I think is what I did post on Twitter, was about the weather stripping. There went my freshly sharpened chisel right there. And if you're careful, you take the little nails out, and if you see the nails, you nail them back into the corners of that crap. That was a pretty smooth little install. Even though I didn't have the Forstner bit with me. And then we come up to what I don't recommend anybody doing. This is wildly dangerous. Do not do this at your own. Do this at your own risk. Don't do this at all, because it goes totally against all regulations. Wear safety glasses. Wear full face shield. Be very careful doing anything like this, because it's bad to do. But that's how I do it. And because this happens shortly after that picture was taken. It violently exploded. It's like 1 minute you're in it, and the next minute you're like, wow, how? Ow. You hear it ding into the wood door, and you go find it embedded in the wall. I still don't know where a few pieces of that are. And then we had a government deal. My temperature's good, though, I will say, since you get checked when you go into government facilities now. But this fella, which is a Yale unit lock, which I did talk about on Twitter, and this is, you just don't find them like this anymore. People who are not in the know can't fathom why things like this cost so much money. And it's honestly, it's been there since like mid-60s, I think, is when they built that. Mid-50s, mid-60s. And it had a broken spring in it. It took a minute to take it apart. I sat actually right there with it in my lap and took it apart, because I didn't want to go back downstairs and all the way out. And that was in an air-conditioned office. And aside from the goof-offs in the military sitting there messing with me while I was trying to get it apart and put it back together, I've gotten fairly proficient again with those. That's one of those things where you go so long in between doing them that you forget. You kind of forget the process. But if you have to do them on the reg, then it kind of retains with you. And at some point, I would like to try to get it. Maybe next time I have to take one off and it's cooler outside, I'll do it out of my truck so I can actually do an actual video taking it apart. I have a few of those that I just put up somewhere up there in the back stock, but I don't want to take them apart, because you do have to drive a pin out where the latch is to get it to come apart. It's very, very interesting getting it right. It was a little tiny spring. And it's funny, I went to my truck, and that's one of those things where, like, dang, do I have this spring with me? And I had a bag of like 10. And I think that bag of 10 was actually Schlage A-series springs. Room knows about that. And aside from it being a little longer, which was perfectly okay, that just meant it was fine. It was only a little bit longer. Literally the exact same spring tension, the exact same coil diameter, and all that springy terminology stuff. Okay, somebody's pulling in. I don't know if they're just taking our spot or coming in, but we'll go ahead and mask up. Oh, shoot. Yep. Nope, they're not. Whatever. Get out of here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a bag of A-series springs that I had. Score one for Jason for having A-series springs. What y'all talking about? See, we lost Southpaw by. I'm going to go back over the comments later for sure. You don't install American locks. Looks like predominantly we had 2 1/8 first, yeah. I don't use thimble strikes. Thimble strikes suck. You've been temperature checked a dozen times a day. Some days I get checked multiple times, yeah. But wear safety gear when you do it. Definitely wear safety gear. I did touch the. Well, no, I didn't. I don't know. My hands are clean. I literally just disinfected my hands. I hadn't done anything to. But yeah, normally I grab it like that. But see, these damn things just yank off. Like when I go to put it over my face or whatever, and those stupid cheap ass bands yank off. Enjoy the cooking. Yeah, have a good grill out, LPP. We're gonna go. We've got one more content thing. Go back to the stock thing because that's what we're about to go do. But I did see this. Facebook, I don't know if y'all are getting, those of you who are stuck on that are still using Facebook, it's pretty bad. But you get, if you're in the lock world, I'm sure you see similar ads. This is the newest one. Enter now. Another one that's promoted to realtors. And it's funny because, realtors, I don't know. I guess they're expecting maybe bigger realtor companies that have a maintenance person that comes out to do stuff for them. But like most of the realtors here would be having to call a locksmith. Like, why use that thing when they can just keep using their key box? True, key boxes get stolen. True, we've made a lot of money off rekeying houses because for a long time they were just setting the key box down beside the door. Because if you hang a key box, even those rubber ones on a door, it hits and it can damage the door. So after a number of them got sued or had to fix things, they switched it. They switched it back to just setting it on the floor. Okay, this one may be for us. But they're expecting realtors to like literally switch out a doorknob. I don't see how that, and then have to switch it back. And if you look underneath the arm, that was a handle set. That was probably a fairly nice handle set. And that's kind of the key selling point of a house is the front door having the nice. You can actually increase the cost of your house, some people say, by a freaking $1,000 by putting a $200 handle set on the front door, just in curb appeal or whatever. That's what they say. I don't know if it's true or not, but all right. So we are going to talk about stock. That mask was made in China. You get what you can get. Thimble strikes, good for trailers or mobile homes. I don't use them at all because they fall out. They come out. They don't fit. They wobble. They can cause problems. They still have a little lip on really tight doors. Makes it useless. I don't know. Key credit for a smart key, know how to rekey it without one. There's videos of people that say you can just do it by pushing and turning and pushing each individual. I think I had to try that one time in an emergency, and maybe it's just because I never do it, but I didn't like not having an emergency because I'd left my resetter. I don't think the better resetter's still out there. I think that was part of the not made anymore, right? Yeah, the Baldwin Quickset. Baldwin is Quickset. HL Flag does still have better resetters. I've always wanted to buy one, but I get the cradle. And I bought a black. They used to be red. I've got a red one over there. And then now they're black. And the last black one I bought has a glitch in it. So like it's every other, like I have to wiggle it to get the, and I guess it's maybe just off just a little bit or something. And I still hadn't. So every, and I hate it. That's the one thing I love. It's getting chilly in here. Whew. I love getting called to Quickset rekeys. I did one of those like Tuesday or Wednesday. Smart key rekey. Set an appointment 3 days prior, right? Hey, You need a rekey on your house? Sure, come on out, blah, 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 set it up. Just a standard rekey. You get there and you're like, oh, smart key rekey. Heckin' yeah, I'll be done in 10 minutes and out of here. For 5 doors. Yes! Ask the wife who's at home. Okay, I need your key. I don't have it. My husband has them. They're all in his car. All 5 keys are with him. What? you don't have any of them? You don't have a single key here? You mean I gotta take these off the door and reset them because you don't have a key? Yeah. Oh no. And then your day is just your elation turns into. I've tried making one of those resetters too. It's it's just like a, what do you call it? One of those comb picks. It's kind of like a comb pick. I've tried making them, but I never had luck, and then I just gave up. All right, we're gonna talk about going back to start. I'm gonna catch up on the video on the. And that's Jason about the new smart key tool, but I've never seen it in stock. It's only like $8. Oh, speaking of Quickset, I didn't load this as one of my as one of my tacos. It's not part of one of my tacos. Where did you go, lady? But the big news, yes, the smart key reader deal. Have we seen it? I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. I gotta turn this down or go outside because it's getting a little chilly in here. Yes, the video thing put out by Lock Tech, which is actually down in Biloxi. Like, I want to go down there and like visit their operation or something. I'm so close to them. A secure key setter. I trash them now. I replace all the cylinders. I don't do that in the field, mainly because I don't carry a key machine with me. And mainly because I wouldn't even trust it. I wouldn't trust it to last through reuse. So I just salvage all the F series that I can. Tacos. But I mean, I'll take a look at it. Maybe one for secure key. I just replaced the cylinders or the whole lock. Say sorry. Being one of those locksmiths, sorry, I can't help you with that. You're gonna have to buy a whole new lock. Let me sell you this B60N for $453 because it's a high security lock. I wouldn't do that. Yeah. All right, Chris. See you later. We're just about to go up front, so and talk about stock. So if you're not interested in stock, thanks for tuning in. But we do still have a good hour left to go. We don't have any Jason Reeds today. We have Jason Reed. We do have an unboxing. We can do. We're gonna put the unboxing. So I'm gonna have to shift cameras around and get up here. Let me finish off my coffee real quick. I did have some Jason Reeds from last week. I didn't necessarily plan to finish it this week. It's there if we get desperate, but I don't think we are. Sorry about that, y'all. Boo. And I do have a video that's attached to this stock thing, so I'm going to have to come back up here and do the video like while I'm up there. But, yeah. Woo! Woo! Let's, what do we need to do here? Let's get this. I'm going to mute the microphone for a sec. Maybe not. I don't know. It just depends on how long this takes us. We might have a little time for a few, because like I said, I didn't get to some pretty important topics for Jason Reeds last week. There are some pretty important topics in the mid-'80s that we missed out on. Oh yeah, that that quick set deal that I forgot to finish talking about. It's $270. Obviously, for it to be useful, you need to have a clipper of some kind with you. I can't even see having to go back to your truck and crank up a code machine and cut it out and then come back. From the locksmith standpoint, right? You have to do it just like with the lishies, right? You have to do it quite a bit to cover the cost of that. So let's assume you didn't have any way to cut the key quickly, like a clipper. You buy a pack-a-punch, which you can't buy those anymore either now, can you? And so you have to have pretty much a $800,000 to $100,000 punch doodad if you don't already. So what's the official Lock Force taco? That's a good question. There is some locks that we lost this week. Well, there is one lock that we lost this week. We'll focus in on it right here. That'll be the first thing that I go over. Let's lose this. I think we can lose that. And we have a ridiculous. Let's put that back. No, all right. Let's put this back. Sorry. Let's put that back. We do have a ridiculous freaking volume. Okay, yeah, volume. Okay. Hope so. I'm gonna put it right there and kind of lean it towards me a little bit more, and try to talk a little bit louder. But the lock that was lost to us this week. Wowzers. That is a doozy. A doozy right there. That's a doozy. I want to see what y'all say about that one. It deserved it, right? It deserved it, didn't it? So the best thing about this is we have a perfectly good interior, which I don't need, but the screws on this particular job, right? I had to replace some screws. So look, we have new screws. And we have kind of an ugly on the front, but that's the important thing is it works. So we have a latch that we can sell for $15 when the lock itself is only like $10. But hey, it is what it is. So here we go. We don't have. Hold on. We got to do this right. All right. Let's see. Let's move this right there. Okay. Oh, shoot. Hold up. I was totally unprepared for this. We're going over the camera from back in the back. We can actually, I don't know, can we? No, we can't do that. We can't do that either. Hold on, here we go. By the window and oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that totally missed. Oh, 2 out of 3, yay! Woo, Jason. My skills are getting better. That's what I'm talking about. I was over there just to point out my awesome skills there. So this needs to go in my latch box. By the way, did I say I didn't drill that out? Do I have to say I didn't drill that out? Do I? I don't know. Do I? Let's just say I didn't drill that out. Okay, that was what I found. Excuse me. That is what I found when I got there. And he had because it wasn't a burglary or anything. It was because he had locked himself out. So he needed a, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Or a taco in my throat. I wish I had a taco in my throat. So it got this 20 series. So this was, you know, just strike plates and stuff that are going to be put up. And the stupid bar doors. Man, this is the only thing I hate about freaking LSGA. That is too thick for any freaking bar door out there. Even ones made for thick ones, it's still. And I opened one up, and I took it this one. Ended up going and finding a quickset latch because quickset latches are thinner. And then when I opened that up, and then I was like, where are the knob screws? And I don't know where the knob screws went. I don't know if I took them. I don't know who took them. I don't think I took them, but they were gone. So then I had to go get another one out of my truck for the knob screws. And then I was like, you know what though? I've got one at the shop that I used for some unknown reason. This thing out of. I don't know why. I don't know why I did this, but I took this out of that, and then I used the latch for something else, right? So the latch from this one, this old one, went somewhere, probably to replace a broken one somewhere. Just steal it out of the box. Oh wait, there it is. No, wait, which one? I'm lost. Hold up, because this does have the face plug in it. I don't know what the hell I was doing. So anyway, this one is incomplete minus the latch. And what I was about to do was take the screws for that to put in here to make this complete again. And I could actually do this, but that leaves it there. Actually, I don't know what I was talking about because there that is. But so now I need another one of these. And you know, the only thing about these is I think I've tried Quickset. These are just a little bit different than Quickset. So what'll happen here is I'm going to go ahead and keep this latch out. This will stay in the shop for whatever. I'm going to go ahead and put that up out of the way right there. And then this complete one will go back into our doodad, and we have garbage. And there's a bent guy. And I just went by our hardware place. Oh, that was stupid. Hold on, let me move these out of the way. I can't just throw them away because they've got metal on them. And I went by our hardware place to get a few items that I needed. Let me get the comments. Oh no, our comments crashed. What happened? My comments crashed. Sharpie marker the boxes. Yeah, I sometimes try to do that. Sometimes try, but I'm not always successful. But right now we're good. We're good on it. And I was using this as part of a video the other day. Yeah, why? Yale. Yeah, Yale. Not a Yale. Definitely no Yale. Wiser. Cheapy knob that goes here. Focus. No, not that way. That way. Thank you. So this is kind of the part about the stock. And when I was saying 3, go by 3. I go by 3s anyway. Because most houses are going to have a 3 setup, right? Come on down here. Come on down here so I don't have to talk loud. Okay. So most houses, right, they're going to have like a 3-door setup. 3, 4 doors, at most, almost mid-size, you know, at the average house, will have front door, garage door, back door, storage room, right? 4 doorknobs. And when things break, usually it's going to be their main garage door, like a Weiser. This style Weiser will pop out. This was replaced with a master brand because reasons. This one actually still works, but it's like really slow spring kind of there, and he said that it wasn't popping out. When I tried it, when I lubricated it, popped out great. But you know what? Wait. We have something important we have to do, y'all. That's right. This is a lock that we lost this week. And on 3. 1. Oh wow, that was an overshot. Oh, well, whatever. Okay, come back. We had to get that out of the way because technically that was a lock that we lost this week too. So now let's go back over here, put this down here. Sorry about that, and go back to what the heck we were talking about. Doorknobs, 11P Troy. Like here in this case, the most common stuff you're seeing now is satin nickel and dark bronze, but we still have a lot of bright brass stuff. Right. So that's pretty much the 3 that I try to keep. These are Weiser mechanisms for handle sets. Which please, if you just happen to be a random customer that harasses us over these because of that video, just because you see these sitting here, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm selling them, right? Okay, just to point that out. Yes, these are those latches are not made anymore. And those are special guys right there. So, Y15. What did I do with this? What did I do with that? That's what I did. In this case, I've got 2 York, dark bronze, 1 Troy, which is a bigger knob like this. Did we lose our? No, we're good. Bigger. That's a Troy. The York is a smaller and cheaper. Doesn't have this part right here. This is actually a display. You okay, microphone? And then I've got the Y15, which is same as that. Y15. I just sold one of the doorknobs, so that's single cylinder, dark bronze, double cylinder, dark bronze. Obviously, I need more master in aged bronze because I just sold my last one. But in this case, I've got 3 single cylinder, 2 double cylinder. If I came up on a house and they said, you know what, instead of rekeying these locks, I just need all new. Just put all new in there. So then I go, well, crap. I've got 2 York, 3 single, and 2 double. The house may use double on the back door and single on their garage door because there's no glass. And then you know, really depends. So, you know, having 2 or 3 of each really kind of has saved me enough to warrant taking it with me all the time. And then we have single bright brass, 11P. This is double 11P, which is the Weiser, and then heavier duty Weiser, if you want to call it that. Single, and then down in here 2 of the double, because a lot of times we get calls to either A, replace single with double, or B, replace double with single. Like every other day I'm doing either replacing single to double or double to single, and just haven't. And then down here, what do we have? We have a single, and I'm kind of taking stock for myself because, like I said, I just went and got it. And then way down here, what do I have? I gotta remember. I think it's a double. No, it's a single heavy duty 15, which is a bigger deadbolt than these. So that's 15. That's 15 single. These were 3, so I need this. Okay, there we go. And there's one somewhere else. If I can find it. I can't find it. I thought I had one more of these, but I do have 2 single 15, 2 doorknob 15, and then again, cheapy Y3 brass, antique brass. I have got, you know, a couple of, one of each of the heavy duty. What is it? Obligatory siren, y'all. Okay, go save whoever you're saving. And lastly, the master brand of the polished brass. Both, that's just 3 knobs. So, let me get my, I gotta get my thing. While I'm doing this, y'all, I gotta get my order pad. And we can bring up this unboxing right here. Oh, I need a pen, don't I? How long has this car been here? What do we need? We needed, dark bronze master. We're gonna do 3 of those because they are pretty popular. Since I ordered these from Acme, it's more like, or however many I can get. However many I can get. So it looks like I've got 2 antique brass in the Beverly shape, which is kind of like a cone shape. That's a common replacement Weiser, the Beverly, because a lot of times on the old school Weiser, you had that cone shape, and they kind of like it. So that's what those are for. And it's antique brass, which, you know, bright brass after 60 years is going to be antique brass. Single cylinder. It looks like I'm missing. What am I missing? Besides these heavy duty double cylinder, it looks like I don't have. There's another single bright brass, but it looks like I'm missing some double cylinder cheapy bright brass. But I have those in LSDA in abundance, which we're about to move over to. So I think, I don't know if am I missing. I don't think I'm missing anything overtly right here. So we're good there. This has a lid, which I'm going to grab real quick. Oh, nope. This is actually going to go back on display. I don't need to carry that. It's staying in the shop. Staying in the shop for a display. You know what? A car did park out in my spot while I was not paying attention and took off. Dad, blast it. Let's see what we have today. Unboxing time. Yay, unboxing time. I shredded invoices. Whoosh. shredded invoices. We have, this is all commercial stuff. I obviously needed mortise cylinders here. Come on out. LOL. One of each one. Some keys and they sent this in 2 boxes. We also got, you know it, mailbox locks, but Kim unboxed them before I could actually video her unboxing. And while I've got that out, I'm going to go back to the computer real quick, because the video in question on stock actually concerns mortise cylinders and stuff. So I'm going to move this up here, run back over to the computer, check out the comments, and play that video just to make sure that the actual video of the computer doesn't get all bogged down. Oh, it's so blurry. Why is it so blurry, y'all? I don't know why it's so blurry. Let's take that thing off though. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on the comments real quick. Catch up on the comments. What time is it? 12:21. Asshole, take my spot. The shredded invoices! Are y'all passing out coupon codes up in here? Oh, I see. You know, the black and yellow totes, Paul mentioned that he likes the totes. You know, one thing about plastic containers is, and I've done a video on this, I don't know how, it's a pretty old video, but I called it the Tetris. the lock Tetris video. Again, it was talking about everything that we're talking about up there. But yeah, it's like a lock Tetris. And it really is dependent on how low the lid sinks down, right? Like in that particular one, it actually goes kind of down, so you can't fill it all the way to the top, because obviously it wouldn't, and that drives me crazy. Why don't they? That just drives me crazy. So going back to the whole stock part of it, as you see with residential, that style we have one of each one. Then you go to the commercial side of it, right? So how much do you carry in your truck? All right, let's see how much Jason carries in his truck. And I've got it this set, so I'm just going to go ahead and make this big. So it should be muted, maybe, yeah. So rim cylinders, that's pretty often now that you're having to replace them on glass doors. I use a lot of Sargent. I use a lot of Russwin. So I've got about 6 to 8 of each one of those cylinders. And you know, that seems like a lot, but 3 doors with double cylinder on each door, don't yell about double cylinder, because there's still areas that you have them like that, even on businesses. There's some Sargent, some oddball Sargent cylinders that are expensive as heck. RL. Like, I'm so happy that I have a RL cylinder. And then LSA or Schlage, we've got, these are all 1 1/8. And then we've got LSA, which is the Locksmith IDN restricted. Underneath there, we've got Schlage 1 1/8 regular. And then we have 1 inch. And then we have 1 inch LSA, Schlage 10B, LSA 10B, Schlage Chrome, Yale Chrome Y1, and some Wiser back there in the back. I think that's Quickset. Yeah, dark bronze. Like, how often do you need a Quickset dark bronze? Well, you know, maybe might run into it. So that's pretty much the mortar cylinders, and that's what I have to transfer. That's pretty stocked right now. I'm pretty well stocked, except for Sergeant LA, which I just got all those in. So I'm going to have to cram them in somewhere in this already full cabinet, and I'll probably put them in this drawer that I'm about to show you. There's some four L4s. And then here's where I keep the hook bolts and thumb turns. So I'm probably going to have to put all my sergeants up here. And again, you see the rule of threes there. 3 hook bolts, 3 deadbolts. Oh, 2 deadbolts, 1 dead latch. Yeah, you always need at least one of those dead latches, but, and I do need more thumb turns. I forgot to order thumb turns. That box should have freaking had thumb turns in it, but it didn't. It didn't. Thanks. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Now just 3 is stock. Thank you for posting the link to the old Tetris video. You have the Tetris music stuck in your head. Do 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 do. I don't want to do that because I'll get hit for something. The Toads are designed like that for stacking. That's why. Yeah, I know, but it's just frustrating because in a truck you can't stack stuff too much. Like we're gonna go back up there for about probably 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna come back, maybe yell it, maybe do a little bit of Jason Reed's, I guess. But we're going to go up front to see. So all those have to get in my truck too now. And honestly, when we are called out, because we are still called out to put freaking double cylinder on glass doors that are either like storage rooms, stuff like that. Whatever the case is they have double cylinder on them. And then we have the Scorpion selection, of course. CX5, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 4. So a little bit above the 3 and 3, but and then we move on to, we can actually raise this up. Let's raise this up because here it's too quiet. Y'all couldn't hear me. Let's raise this up. I'm going to raise this up, move this back over here so you can actually hear me talking. Sorry about that. I just realized it. Schlag. So tedious. So tedious. This is all pretty much either grade 2 or grade 3 Schlag. So I've got, believe it or not, I've got I got 2 single cylinder BE. I hate the BEs, but it is what it is. And look, it's smushing the box. God blast it. Like, it's not very often I'm going to need a dark bronze single cylinder in grade 2. Poor guy. Come on. Hope it's not smushing my deadbolt. Double cylinder. Again, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's kind of a ridiculous amount. I could actually pull probably 2 of these out for the time being. Save a little bit of weight, because if I don't have a huge need for double cylinder grade 2 deadbolts, so I've got 2 there, which I can put that right back there. If I had to, I could jump it down to a grade 3. You know, if I had 3 doors and I had to get it done or whatever, because I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we even have the stupid IC core. I've got 1 of those ready to go. But, you know, I may carry a little much. It may seem like a little much, and it looks like I don't have. Okay, single. These are the removable cylinder. And these actually cost a little bit more. I've got 3 I got 2 Schlage and 1 Weiser down here at the bottom. I kind of mix it up so that I have a good mix. Like if I needed to use a cylinder, if I needed 3 Schlage, I could take a cylinder out of this removable and put in here, or Weiser, and I've got those in other places. But we've got a bunch of pine needles. Actually, this has not been emptied since Christmas tree carrying time. Look at this. Look at that. Christmas tree needles in here, y'all. Do you think I should, I think it's time that I clean that part out, right? So I'm just gonna kind of leave that like it is. Let's zoom back out, and take all that out and kind of wipe it out, and maybe just restuck these in here. That's what I'll be doing after Saturday Morning Live anyway, in an effort to get this crap under control. So let me move this down here. Mortise. This stays in the shop until I know I'm going on a call that I'm going to need mortise locks on, or this type of thing. It's all doorknobs. Baldwin, antique doorknobs. And actually, I run across these fairly often as well on antique houses. And having this with the half spindles. This has saved my butt a number of times. When I don't have it with me is when I run up on a house where I need something to make work. And this still has not made it into my vehicle. This always rides with me because there's all my key and knob cylinders, and even some mortise cylinders. So I talked about this last time, I'm pretty sure. It's still here. It needs to go back in the truck. And then you switch over to the Schlage, and we've got quick set Schlage passage. A lot of people are wanting passage locks for their handles now. But if we move over to the Schlage, bin down here, oh, I'm gonna yell at this person who took my spot, because there is a big ass empty parking lot right over there. Frank's gonna come out on that person. This goes actually in that original Schlage. I've got deadbolts, bright brass, and aged bronze, and I actually needed 2 aged bronze, so let me write that down. 2 aged bronze double in original Schlage, and I've got aftermarket Schlage here. So basically it's this, which is leading a rough life. Cheapy Schlage versus the heavier duty. And that's that. I need the heavier duty. And I also needed some cheap 605 cheap Schlage knob, and deadbolts. 619, 716, 619, 619. I got 3 cheapy doorknobs in Schlage because it's either going to be Weiser Quickset or Schlage. So I do offer, if I'm able to, either the heavier duty, because I kind of like the heavier duty better. These are just Defiant Gatehouse wrapped up in a Schlage name, and the B60Ns are pretty much a decent replacement for pretty much any Schlage. You couldn't, of course, some people are going to be like, oh, you have to do the 560N, and here we have 2 antique brass, and we see the difference. The Tetris problem is it used to come like this, and now they come like this. And weirdly enough, grade 2 doorknobs there. which I usually carry 3 or 4 doorknobs, a couple of storeroom, one privacy and one passage. That's rare, and then and then grade 2 levers. That's it, pretty much. Grade 2 levers are pretty important. You got passage, clutch entrance, clutch entrance, clutch entrance, clutch entrance. Clutch entrance less cylinder. That has a cylinder. It doesn't have a cylinder, but it has a latch. Did I put that latch in? I guess I put that latch in there. Door closers. And then over here we've got LSDA, which this by itself is like 45 pounds. I'm going to have to move the camera over here for that. So basically here what we're doing is getting the latches where they need to be. Because you always are going to need replacement latches. And then you get on a job and they're like, oh, hey, can you put a cabinet lock on for me? And you're like, oh, shit. I guess. So cam lock, desk lock, double door locks, the screws for it, even like Olympus stuff, you know, up in there. And that's a good 30 pounds. And then we have the latches. Let's go ahead and put these where they need to be. Let's put these up while I'm here. And then we're going to go do a Jason Reed's. A little bit of one. We have LSDA, quick set, LSDA, quick set. See what I mean? Just come on, Acme. Give us this. Give us the two-way style. Not all applications need this big thing. We want easy installation just like anybody else. And a Defiant, you know. I have these that break every so often. Then I've got a latch for it. Bunch of quick set deadbolts, and we've done the video on the narrow. Please, quick set, please make your latches small again. Make them available. And the bonus of all this is I'm going to get to drive home to a moderately empty vehicle. Oh yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this. The B160. I'm glad I saw it. Where's the tool? Where is it? Here it is. Does it work? What do y'all think? I don't know. He says it works. Oh. I didn't try it in that video. Ah, oh, holy moly. You're right. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, you obviously have done it, so look at that. I like this little guy. Look at that. Wow, I'll be damned. Well, that I will definitely. I'm keeping this. I'm greedily keeping this guy. Ain't nobody taking this from me. Sorry. I'll give away a lot, but cool tools that I can use, I won't. Ilco deadbolts to go along with the mortar cylinder. So if somebody needs 3 single cylinder Sargent keyway deadbolts, we're going with the Ilco Lorry, or even going with the single cylinder grade 2, which I have one of these over here, didn't I? Yes, I did. This actually should be in here, and there's some more key and knob cylinders that I need to kind of tend to. Okay. Good. Hinges. These go on somebody's door that I hadn't been back to. Was this a good one? Yes, that was the good one. That goes over here with all the other set stuff. And dad bless it. Damn it, Jason. And door closers. This is a cheapy aluminum. It's still in the shop because I've got some I've already got 2 in the truck, and then 1 dark bronze, and then I've got one of the heavier duty. And let me tell you, the heavy duty door closer from Acme. And then you add in, those aren't too heavy, but when you add one of the heavy duty ones in there, oh my God, that adds another 100 pounds to your dang vehicle by itself, you know? So it's just one of those things. Yeah, how do you decide what to carry? Just everything you can, right? Carry everything you can. And out of all this, the one residential lever I have is just a cheapie, just in case. All right, let's glare at this car. Everybody glare at that car. I don't think I can pull up my, turn the mic. Yeah, I got the mic. Oh, I'm frozen there, aren't I? Going back over the comments. Go spray hot shot. What's hot shot? Hot shot? Oh, like there was a bee out there and you were trying to help them? Oh, I saw a wasp. I was trying to help you. Those storms are looking kind of wicked. They look more wicked. Yeah. Duck and cover. Get in the bathroom, Wes. Get in the bathroom. Let's see. Got a lock shot. Spray it underneath the handle, right? You can see our storm moving in out there. I wouldn't waste a sticker on those pieces of you know what. $12:42. We got a little bit of time. I don't know. Let's go see some Jason Reed, y'all. Just for a minute. Just for a minute. I'm gonna go back over the comments though to see what y'all had mentioned while I was up there. I did go back over the comments. I didn't watch the video, but like I'll go through and fast forward through my last video to go through the comments specifically. That way I know what was at least talked about. But I did notice y'all were talking at the end of the last one. I had a spot, or I had a smear. In fact, I was supposed to be ending it last week, and I had a smear. I didn't know I had a smear on the camera. What's my weight on blanks right now? I get mine not from Flake or anybody like that. I get mine from a private dealer. And I don't know, but I do need to order some because I've only got about 10 or 11. I usually only keep about 20 of those on hand. And I hadn't ordered in a while, so I feel like I probably need to go ahead and get an order in just in case. I'm somewhat worried about how that's turning out. Apparently, Bernsey, you're alluding to something about that, and that worries me. That makes me worry even more. Canes. We didn't do our Friday night Canes. If you're talking about Canes, Canes, the chicken tender place. We didn't do it last night. HKS, you got to pick truck stock. Yeah, I mean, you just have to, and I just don't, I hate going back and forth from jobs, you know. That's why I don't want to take that risk. So I carry a little bit too much. Okay. What's this? Is this it? Ooh, look at that. Let's do. I didn't do it right, did I? I didn't do it right. It is time for Jason Reeves, that's right. That's the time of the day. I was supposed to. Don't look. I don't want to ruin it for y'all. That's right.
It's now time for Jason Reeves.
All right. Y'all are talking about tacos right when I'm getting involved in Jason Reeves. That's so rude. So rude. Oh, now I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna go home early just so that I'm gonna text Kim and be like, I'll be home at 3, babe. Have some food ready. Woman, have some food ready. I'm gonna talk like it's the 1980s, right? I'm not gonna say that. It's rude. I would never say that. Alrighty, y'all. What decade are we in? We're in the 80s still, I believe. Last week we ended up finishing off with just a few little things, and it looks like we don't have a whole lot of time today. Probably just enough time to get me all irritable and cranky, but we're gonna have to go up here and zoom in a little bit. We can zoom in, maybe a little much. I may make it a little screwy, but that's all right. We're all a little screwy inside. Alrighty, y'all. That's good for me. In today's edition of Jason Reeves. Hopefully we get to go accost this person. Is that person? Nope. Today we start off. Last time was about those modern computers. Them dang computers. I don't know if we're going to talk about them dang computers today. I can't tell because there's a reflection on their window. I'm going to catch them. Alright, today we begin Jason Reeves in October of 1983. Hold up. Okay. Alright. October of 1983. I didn't have a smile on my face. I was glaring. That's my glare. I'm gonna point viciously when they come out. Rude asses. I would go back over my camera footage to see where they went, but we got more important things to do, don't we? This is really hard to hold. Okay, October of 1983. Let's see what happened. I only vaguely remember what I flagged, so this is going to be a shock to me too. Okay, this is kind of, I guess, the beginning note of to try to stay kosher. This is kind of the beginning note of this publication. In October 1983, we have from award winners to burglars. That's right. They were award winners, and now they're burglars. Can you believe that? I can certainly. All right. Are we okay in volume there? Because I sometimes I feel like I'm projecting a little bit too loudly, and I don't want it to be in your ear. So you might want to monitor your volume right now because I've got it set to kind of like right there. Now, of course, we're going to avoid naming names here, so we can put Bob. No, not Bob. We can put, what's a good name? What's a good name we can use in place? What's his name? Let's have a big round of applause for, what's his name, who has recently completed his tenure of president of my association. He is a... Why did I even flag this? Hold up. I gotta find out why I even flagged this. Okay, okay, that's that part. It looks like they added a legal column to this magazine. No, okay. Okay, here's the interesting part. Skip all that. That was not interesting. This is interesting. Last month, which would be, that's right, September of '83, which I don't have out here. Last month we ran a piece called "Burglary is My Business." Let me make my position on this article very clear. If not for the bad guys, we would be out of business. A fact. Sad, but true. Therefore, I felt it worthwhile for you to be able to read information from the burglar's point of view. After all, he is the person we're all trying to thwart. We're trying to thwart the burglars. In the article, the author spoke about an unscrupulous locksmith who aided and abetted him in his criminal activity. If I knew the name of this locksmith, I would be happy to personally turn him over to the police. However, I do not know him. I don't know. And although I obviously cannot swear to the honesty of the author who wrote the article, because that's what it is, I do believe that it is possible that there are certain people calling themselves locksmiths who are in fact criminals. That's right. They're calling themselves locksmiths, but they are in fact criminals. Just like this person was who helped this guy. I mean, can you believe the gall of a person? I can't believe it. Certainly our industry is cleaner than most in 1983. Not so much today. But if the police have corruption, it would be illogical to assume that we are 100% corruption free. The author also mentioned that he took courses in locksmithing and or safe cracking. Again, I cannot attest to this. However, it would not be impossible. Much like it would be pretty impossible for somebody to claim that they're going to do their best to keep the new Quickset reader, smart key reader tool out of criminals' hands, as evidenced on a hilarious post made on Facebook by somebody that we were talking about earlier. But if... Wait a minute, where the hell was I? Yet, methods of furthering our technical education. This goes along with selling locksmith tools and stuff too, right? Because they got all in a tither about that. Yet, methods of furthering our technical education are critically important. We have to know. The locksmith, the real locksmith, has to know how to do this shit, right? Our schools of locksmithing are one important way to improve ourselves. This magazine is another because honestly, Reddit/locksmithing wasn't around back then. If a Princeton University student could devise the plans for I'm not going to say it, but it goes boom, boom, made from easily obtainable materials, then it would not be impossible for a criminal to penetrate our field. Play on words right there, right? Hey, but let me assure you that these individuals, wherever they may be, are not locksmiths. They're not. They may call themselves locksmiths, but they are nothing but freaking criminals. You are a locksmith. I'm reading again. You wake up in the middle of the night to let John Q. Public back into their car or their house. You design security systems. You generate and copy keys. You repair locks. You sell protection. Wait, I already read that. Don't let anyone here tell you. Wait, what? Don't let anyone tell you there are crooked locksmiths. It doesn't make sense, but there are not. The very second anyone wearing a locksmith cloak, because we all freaking have locksmith cloaks. I don't know about y'all, but I do. Commits a crime. He has identified himself as a freaking criminal. Plain, period. And a criminal cannot protect. He can only destroy. A locksmith protects. You know, these freaking criminal locksmiths just back in 1983 just get under my skin. Can't believe that this publication, okay, I'm typing a letter right now. I can't believe that this publication would allow a criminal to put an article in a locksmith magazine. Backspace, backspace, backspace. White out, white out, white out. Okay, front. Ting. I cannot believe this publication would allow a criminal to write an article about a criminal. That's freaking amazing. No, we already did that. We already talked about that. That was in last week's. In 1983, the U.S. Lock was trying to franchise small independent locksmiths by making them wear stupid outfits that said U.S. Lock on it. Now we all know, a lot of us know about U.S. Lock, right? But back in 1983, they had a a dual-page article basically saying locksmiths will be surprised to find that the cost of franchising program is lower than they might have expected. For example, in the initial offering, the franchise fee is only $3,000. So back in 1983, you could send U.S. Lock $3,000, and in exchange, you got to wear a stupid-ass looking white shirt, which is number one, stupid. F you, U.S. Lock. You can go F yourself. You can go F yourself all the way back to 1983. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, y'all. We're gonna skip ahead. I gotta get some new glasses. It's getting blurry. I need a new prescription. I wish I had a cloak of invisibility too. Oh shit, we're getting close. Okay. November 1986. We're skipping ahead. We have a couple of things we got to get to, y'all. We got to get on this. Get on it, Jason Reeds. Damn it. You're screwing around in 83 when you could be in 86. It's called a Magna Lock. Magna Lock. Securitron wants you to understand it is not called a Maglock. It is called a Magna Lock. And that's what was happening in 1986. Magna. February 1987 is where it gets a little interesting because I've got an orange sticker. Yeah, I got an orange sticker for that. So let's see what was happening. We were in this era is when it was starting to get real popular. All right, William from Pennsylvania in 1987 writes in. This is a long-running thing, right? Apparently, in November of 86, which I have not been able to locate, there was an article, and it caused grief for literally like a year. Now, of course, it takes time for the horses of the post office to get from one point to another in 1987. So, you know, that car is still freaking out there. I'm going to go off. I'm going to literally go off on that person. This letter is in response to somebody else's letter in 86. like, this is kind of like the Facebook of the 80s, right? The mid 80s. This is the only way you could reply to the comment, to the thread, was to mail in the letters, right? I studied, and so this is a response to another letter that somebody else had sent in response to this article that caused all this grief. Listen, okay, I'm reading now. William says, I studied business admin and psychology in college a few years ago. After completing 2 locksmithing courses, I recently began doing independent locksmithing work until I can find a position with an established locksmith shop. With all due respect, I must strongly disagree with the point made by my experienced colleague. Now, right now, we don't know what we're talking. We have no idea what he's talking about. I don't agree that taking extra time to open cars is financially beneficial to locksmiths. So apparently this all stems from somebody saying that they pretend like it takes longer, right? You get out to the car, and you know it's a super easy car to do with your Slim Jim, but you pretend like it's harder to do because you don't want the customer saying, well, it only took you 5 minutes to do, so I'm not going to pay you the full price. Bullshit, homeboy. I don't agree. William doesn't agree that taking extra time to open cars is financially beneficial. It's true that some customers feel let down when their cars are opened quickly, but it's a mistake in reasoning to conclude that therefore opening cars slowly will increase a locksmith's profits. Again, there's a long backstory here. By opening cars quickly, the locksmith demonstrates that he is a highly skilled professional, and it allows both the locksmith and his customers to get on with their business. Further, the quicker cars are opened, the less likely customers will learn to repeat the procedure themselves, especially in the case of lock picking. Therefore, when they need their cars opened again, they will have to call a locksmith. I doubt that many customers would call a different locksmith in hopes that he will open cars more slowly. If customers appear let down because of how quickly their cars are opened, the locksmith can point out his special stools. I'm a locksmith here to open your car, and I have special stools. I just had a special stool earlier. Special tools, knowledge, and a level of skill that allows him to open cars quickly. That will cause the customer to have more confidence in said locksmith. Perhaps the most important reason, financially speaking, for opening cars quickly is that it creates a perfect opportunity for the locksmith to recommend automobile alarm systems and or special locking devices like I don't know what he's talking about. When customers realize how easy their cars can be opened, they will be more receptive to having alarms and special locking devices installed. It was extremely common for automotive locksmiths to put aftermarket alarms in cars back then. Of course, not all customers will be ready to have that done, but the locksmith still has a chance of making the sale and follows up on the leads by sending the customers appropriate sales literature later. Locksmiths who open cars slowly, thereby giving customers a false sense of security, are being unfair to their customers and are missing important sales and service opportunities. I may have a customer. Hold up. No, I don't. Is the end. Thank you, William, for sending that in. But we're going to continue that. Remember this, right? Remember that. Why is this flag? I don't know why this page. No! Stop sticking. I don't. Not worth talking about. Comment. Okay, this was another kind of thread going on. Comment on locksmith pricing policy from George in Pennsylvania. I would like to add my 2 bits to the controversy about what locksmiths charge for service. I'm sure somebody from Pennsylvania doesn't talk like this, but we're just going to assume that he's a transplant from like Georgia or something. It is very nice to be retired, and I have an income coming in every month. Both Mr. Long and Mr. Kane, I shouldn't have said those names, seem to think, because this was, again, going back on a little tiff that was going on between these 2 persons, because they would send in like the next month. It was like a soap opera. What's going on with the Long and the Cane? The Long Cane controversy in 1980. Seem to think that because they have retired from other careers, they should undercut the prices of the locksmiths that rely on the trade for their sole income. I just saw lightning. I feel that if a person enters the field of another person, their fees should be as if it were their only income. The people that have performed the jobs for a number of years have far better knowledge of what is fair and profitable price to charge. If a person enters the locksmith trade just to have something to occupy their spare damn time, there are many charities out there looking for volunteer help. Go take your silly ass and donate it to them instead. Thank you, George, for that. Thank you, George. And then we skip up again. Oh, look, I've got a side flag. What's this side flag? Nope. How? Could you tell me, this is a question and answer, could you tell me the best way to loosen super glue in a lock? Night Owl? LPP? And they said it can be dissolved out. If you have not seen Night Owl's video, go to his channel. He did a follow-up to LPP's live, trying to get the glue out of the lock. Methyl ether. This guy used methyl ether. It's best applied by drawing the liquid into a syringe, inserting the syringe as far into the key as possible, and squirting it in there. Ooh, that's thunder. So that's why that's flag, because back in 1987, they were freaking trying to get super glue out of locks too. They just did not have a video camera and YouTube to upload it to. Wait for thunder. Wait for thunder. We're out of time. Let me see. I don't know if we followed up. See, I skip here to 90, and then 91. As I've discovered getting ready for Jason Reads, I've discovered that they stopped letting interesting stuff happen around the mid-90s. Like, it's all boring from that point. They wouldn't let you type up your letter and send it in. There are a few, I didn't even mark that, and it's 107, and it's starting to, I just want to catch and see if I have, oh, that was out your way, Wes. All right, let's finish this off with, that's a really long order. We're gonna have to save that for next time. That's a really long one. But what I wanted to do was follow up and go back and try to find. This is a reminder for myself in case I get to watch the video. Is I want to try to go back and find, what was it, November of '86, because I want to find November and then December and then January of '87, so that we can go back and follow along a little bit better with that controversy. So what I'll do is when I go home tonight or tomorrow sometime, to avoid trying to, I won't have to mow the yard. Yay, rain, bitch, rain. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. I feel really like we need to investigate both the Kane Long controversy and the controversy of what I was just talking about, don't y'all? I think we do need to. I think I need to investigate that. I think we want to get down to the nitty gritty and find out why there's so much hatred in both of those topics. I think it's vitally important that we bring this to light, because otherwise nobody knows. Nobody understands the hardship that was caused by some of these articles that were put in these magazines. Nobody understands how it really just gets to the core of the being of some of these locksmiths. But this is a Locksmiths Go Cellular. We're going cellular, y'all. We are going cellular in the 90s. This talks about how to use a credit card processor. And then 91, like, and it's like after you go past 91 or 93 era, it's all boring. It's all just boring. Who cares about Fichet Bosch safes? I'm sure he did back then, but it's just, it loses its interest to me. I feel like the 80s were a prime time to really get into the psyche of your average Joe locksmith. So right now, that's going to conclude today's Jason Reads. It's going to conclude today's Saturday Morning Live because it's getting scary lightning outside, and we're going to go ahead and bounce it over to this. But I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in today. Right now, I appreciate everybody. I didn't get a chance to read the comments. I get so caught up in the Jason Reed sometimes that I don't take time to go back and read these comments. I assure you that I do go read them all. So I appreciate everybody who's tuned in. And we're going to find out. We're going to go back. We are going to do everything possible to get down to the controversy between the Kane Longs and that dude that wrote the article. You know, I feel like I talked about that article. I may not be able to find that because I may have actually been in one of the magazines that we had on a previous Jason Reads, and it got put in a box. Once I put it in the Jason Red, past tense, the Jason Red box, I don't go back over it but now I really think I need to. I think I need to go back and make sure that we're not missing some key issues from there so that we fully understand why people like William from Pennsylvania and other people like that took the time to pull out their typewriter and mail in the letters to this magazine. We need to understand their frustration with that. I think so. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Appreciate it. Gonna go to that screen for just a minute, say bye to everybody, and you know, I guess I get to do a little bit. That fucking car is still out there. I'm gonna be so mad at this person. I don't even give a rat's ass anymore. Gonna take up my spot for like 2 hours for no reason. It just pisses me off. But we're not gonna end that talking about that. We're gonna end that on a happy note. Wallers, Gumby, Sting Gadget, Dusty Knuckles, Nathan Rutter, Access Locks, Rune, Mr. Hooligan, didn't see you earlier, Peter Fox, what's up? James Randolph, Ian, JC, Fred, Urban Locksmith, Night Owl, Miko, Wolf, JC, you made it right at the end, Steam Gadget, already said that. And Paul, and Anthony, and Hobbs, giving here, Wes, and Night Owl, as always, thanks for tuning in. Saturday Morning Live, Season 2, Episode 30 is over with. Hey, Google, deactivate Lock Force. See it? It worked. She's getting used to me, y'all. She's totally getting used to me. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna go hide from the lightning. Wes, duck and cover. Get in the bathroom. Take all the kids and the wives and the dogs and the cats and the armadillos. Y'all have a great week. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And I'm gonna go do some crap up front and then pounce on the vehicle person out front. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pounce him with a mask. I know I touched it again, but it's okay. Why is it so freaking slow today? Where is everybody? Oh, I know. They can't come in because I don't have a parking spot. I'm going to do that before I go outside and yell at them. Happy weekend, y'all. I'm happy because I don't have to mow the yard tomorrow. Because it's too wet. It's too wet. Definitely too wet. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Have a great one. Catch you next video. I'm kind of burnt out. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm a little video burnt out right now. So I don't know if I'm going to have any useful videos coming out lately because I just want to play my city skylines and zone out and not think about work tomorrow or mowing the yard. So rain, rain, rain. Mail, dude. Catch y'all next time. Have a great weekend. Have a great week coming up. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. And maybe I'll get a video out. I don't know. If not, don't be disappointed in me. Don't be mad at me. We'll catch y'all next time.